The greatest thing about being late is that you get to record a video where global actually can be helpful in posting details. We've got the Extreme Z Awakening details for Ella int Namek Goku, as well as the full power AGL Frieza. They are EZAing for the 10th anniversary, so we're going to see what they can do here. Hopefully they are broken. I haven't seen anything on social media about them, so I'll be completely surprised. And this is, of course, global posting the details, so everything should be correct here. So let's go through it. We will start off with Goku here. Legendary Existence and Super Saiyans. It's a great category leader. Super Saiyans alone at 3 key, 180% stat boost. Then we got the passive skill details here. 3 key and attack defense 200%. Damage reduction rate of 20%. Key +1 after each turn. And then after receiving an attack, launches an additional super attack for 4 turns. For every attack received, key +1 up to 3, attack and defense 20% up to 59%. As the first attacker, 59% attack boost with a 30% damage reduction. So 50% damage reduction as a first slot unit. And then a second or third attacker, you get 100% attack and launch an additional super attack. I think it's always just going to be second or third attacker. You want that big damage. For 6 turns from the character's entry turns, guards all attacks. So if you do want to put him first, 50% damage reduction with guard is going to be very helpful. And then when there is an extreme class enemy, attack plus 59%, high chance of performing critical hit. And then if you are versing Frieza, performs a critical hit. So yeah, I think we want to see him in that second or third. The first 4 turns are going to be nuts, because if you put him in second, third, that is 4 super attacks, which is absolutely insane. Especially when they are all criticals. The 12 key will greatly raise defense infinitely with a raise attack. And then the 18 key greatly raises attack and defense infinitely. I think in the old Ultra Super Attack, it was just greatly raise attack. I might be tripping. But now it's both at least. So now we'll move on to Frieza's details here. He is sworn enemies in Planet Namek Saga for 3 key 180%. I think even though Frieza is the Planet Namek Saga category leader to bring all the time now, most likely, I'd probably still not run Planet Namek Saga until we actually get like a massive free-to-play boost. Sworn enemies is still a decent category. As long as DKP is solid, the new free-to-play one. Anyway, for the passive skill, we got 3 key and attack defense 200% with a damage reduction rate of 20%. Key +1 up to 3 at the start of each turn. And then attack defense 50% and launch an additional super attack for 4 turns after receiving an attack. For every attack received, 1 key up to 3 and damage reduction rate up by 7% up to 20%. And then as the first attacker, damage reduction rate of 30%. So 20% damage reduction after the build up, 40%. And then as the first attacker, 70% damage reduction, which is very, very good. Just got to build it up a little bit first. As the second or third attacker, 50% attack up and great chance of launching an additional super attack. For 1 turn from the character's entry turn, guards all attacks, so that will help build up the damage reduction. And for 6 turns from the character's entry turn, we get attack defense 150% up. Starting from the 7th turn from the character's entry turn, 100% attack. So Frieza's more of like, we're going for the long distance, I think. When there's a super class enemy, attack plus 100%. Even though they have all of these updates to make the passive skill simpler, we actually have to go to another page to look at the final part of the passive, which is probably just Goku guaranteed critical or something. There's something else as well. You get a high chance of performing critical versus superclass enemies, and then Goku will get... and then when you're versing Goku, performs a critical hit. Yeah. Man, that is insane that we simplified the passive skill and we still need to see 2 pages of it. SA mechanic is going to be the opposite from Goku, of course. So he infinitely raises attack on the 12 key and just raises defense for the 1 turn. And then Ultra Super Attack greatly raises attack at defense, mega colossal damage. So with all that information that you just absorbed, hopefully, we can see what the defense is looking like for Frieza. So this is Frieza with slot 2 and 3. He technically gets more defense because he gets an additional super attack. Being in the first slot, you probably are still tankier, maybe. In the first slot, you get a lot of the damage reduction, though. So if you want to see what the first slot, it's always just minus the third additional super attack, essentially, and then you add on the damage reduction you do get, which is still fairly good. With 2 SA effects here, 1.8 million, and then if you get the 40% support from another unit, 2 million defense, and then first slot after all the supers, 1.8 with the insane amount of damage reduction that he already has. But with the extra super attack and the less damage reduction he has, which is like 40%, I think, right? If fully built up, that is amazing. Amazing. Now for Goku, we got slot 2 and 3 again for that extra additional. They gave him more. He gave him more stacks here. I don't know why, but you get 2.4 million defense here. Now Goku will have most likely at this point a lot his guard still, which is really good. I don't think you ever put him in the first slot. So that's guard and 20% damage reduction, which is still very good. I don't know who's better though. Let me know in the comment section. They look pretty close. I think it all just depends on the attack and then who you're versing, essentially. But that's going to be it for the little bit of news. Let me know who you guys are more excited for. But I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace.